More VFLs than a UT alumni chapter. Now, back to the Sports Source.
Back to the Sports Source, indeed. That is correct. We do have more VFLs than a UT alumni chapter. This segment of VFLs is brought to you by Madisonville Marine. The end-of-the-year sales opportunity are now running at Madisonville Marine. Rebates up to $2,500 back, depending on the model of Skeeter boat you buy, up to $3,000 back, depending on the model of G3 boat you buy. No better place to buy a boat. Remember it, Madisonville Marine. All right. Guys, UT needs more talent. Jeremy Pruitt said this after the game. It's deja vu. We need competition on our team. It makes you better. And there's certain positions we have none. We have zero. We've got to recruit and get some guys back to give us an opportunity. Okay, I don't doubt that that's true. I don't. I said last year on this show, and I can go back and find it and we'll run it next week. He was saying that again and again and again toward the end of last season. I said that's fine in year one. Nobody's going to want to hear it in year two.
No.
And now you're already, after a loss to Georgia State, talking about we need more bodies. My feeling is this: if I would be defending Jeremy Pruitt and that staff if we're at the end of the season and people are calling for his head because they're 2-6 in the SEC, and I'd be saying, you don't have the bodies to compete in the SEC yet. I've said that all summer. Don't tell me you don't have the bodies to compete with a 2-10 Sun Belt team. I'm not buying that. I put more of this on coaching than I do talent this week. Former players. Am I right or wrong? Where's the blame go? Coaching, talent, and you can't say a little bit of both. You got to make the needle go one way or the other. We know Daniel said earlier. I think he's putting it toward coaching. Where are you guys going?
I'm gonna stay off coaching and talent. I'm going with Will.
Oh, come on.
I'm going with Will.
Come on.
Hey, John P. I'm gonna tell you straight up, partner. You think about our '89 team. You talk about offensive line.
All kinds of talent on that team.
Wait a minute. Now you didn't know that though. The offensive line. There was one start on the O line. That was Eric Steele. And then you had Mike. Stoll was the fourth guard on that squad. You had Anton Davis never started. Charlie McCray never played offense. You had Tom Myslinski who never started. And John Fisher was the center as a sophomore. So we willed ourselves to win those games.
Okay. Let me time out here.
Okay.
You willed yourself to win those games. You started 0-5. Then Majors did something. What did Majors do?
That was '88.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the 8. Well, you were already 11-1 in '89. Everybody knew you had talent because you finished 88.
With '88, we came back 5-7 to our first game in '89.
All right. So you're going to say Will. It's Will.
I'm going with Will.
Will, I'll go to you. He's blaming you for this.
It's his fault.
Is that All right. Did they not have talent to go? Am I wrong? John, they don't have the talent to compete with Georgia State. It's that barren.
Right. I agree with you in this statement. We don't have the talent to compete in the SEC.
That's right.
Georgia State, I can't say that exactly, that same statement, right? Just because it's Georgia State. And there's certain teams you should be able to beat. You watch that game and you do see the gaps of talent and you're like, but is it talent? Is it not knowing the play? Is it hustle? Is it training? There's so many things going on there that you have to say it's something in the inside, cultural coaches, players playing as a team. There's more than that, and when that's a culture thing, it has to go to coaching.
Tennessee has had young teams before. They've had bad teams before. They haven't lost to Georgia. I mean, to me, this is like North Texas in the 70s. That's the only thing I can compare it to. People said, well, Kentucky lost to, it's still an SEC team. Wyoming, well, they'd fired Fulmer that week. The team had nothing. This, to me, is like the North Texas thing, and you're talking generations now. This is a generational type loss.
Yeah, and this game is different. I see this game differently if I went out and beat Georgia, and then I played Georgia State, and we see this letdown. This is your first home opener game, and you're not ready to play it.
And then you look at your last two games last year. So it's 3 games in a row where you didn't show up.
The only thing I think I'd add to that is I can't imagine it ever being the will. I love you, Sterling, but I can't imagine it because all of us have played. Every single game you went into. Every single person that ever wore that uniform had that and brought it and brings it every single day. You had it, your team's had it, our team's had it. At some point, you got to look and say, it's not the will of the players. Those are 18 to 22-year-old kids doing what they're coached to do, period.
I remember being in games, Hood, When we go get yelled at money, it's get yelled at off for a win. So we found a way to win the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just things that we did.
But again, you played with you're right. These may all turn out to be SEC title winners and national champions and NFL draft picks. They may. But you played with a lot of title winners, NFL draft picks. I don't know. I don't see them right now. We'll see if they develop,
We'll
though.
see.
All right. When we come back, I was going to do this segment if Tennessee beat Georgia State. Now it's going to look, well, no crap, Sherlock. But I found some numbers that are going to tell you Tennessee was nowhere near the turnaround that people thought they were. And I'll show you why. Come on back.